A little while ago, I made that video, What Happened Realm, and I was talking about how Kabam made this game significantly easier whenever they implemented pets into the game, giving them abilities like heal and magic heal and even electric. And I guess there are still people out there, there's quite a handful of people out there that believe that Kabam made this game better than what Wild Shadow did. They feel like pets made this game a whole lot better, and they like it now. And I guess I just wanted to elaborate on my thoughts that I did in that video, because maybe I was unclear about certain things, and really, I have a lot of thoughts in my head about that certain topic, and I just want to get them off my chest. Whenever Kabam... Well, let me start in the beginning with Wild Shadow. This game was all about trial and error. Whenever you made your character and died, you realized, all right, I need to be more careful. I need to buckle down and start going try hard, and I need to play like I mean it, and I can't keep on making these silly mistakes. And it taught you discipline, and it made you learn the game, and it made you smarter with the game and with your, WASD mechanics, and it was a genius game. It was great. It was genius. The items that you worked hard for were yours, and yours alone. Nobody could take that away from you. You earned your items. And if you didn't earn your items, you earned the potions that you used to sell for those items. The game was very fair in terms of that. Whenever pets came around, they took away 50% of the game's difficulty. Maybe 75% even. This game, if you think back to whenever soloing Oryx 1 was a difficult feat, just think about how many soloing Oryx 1 videos were on YouTube at the time. I think 2 years ago. Not very many. I remember the Hangman's video, him soloing it. It took him quite a while. He did it on an archer, and, he was drinking those HP and MP pots, and his dodging skills were magnificent. Now, how many soloing Oryx 1 videos are there? Did you even check? Is that even something that you want to watch anymore? No. Because it's not interesting, and it's not difficult anymore. The difficulty of soloing Oryx 1 was taken away. Whenever Kabam added pets into this game, they took away a huge chunk of the difficulty. And that's something that angers me. Why would you mess with it? And even whenever they removed the difficulty from the game, they thought that they could, whenever they took out Amis, they thought that, that was making the game a lot harder. So to compensate for that, they added pets. And now they realize that pets are more overpowered than amulets were. So now they're trying to do all this stuff like shatters in the avatar and the layer of Shaitan or Shaitan, whatever you want to call it, however it's pronounced. They're trying to undo the past. They're trying to erase their mistake of making the game easier without actually erasing it. And that's just not how you do it. Here comes the most cliche saying in the world, but two wrongs do not make a right. All right? That fits the statement perfectly. That is what Kabam did to Realm. All right? And actually, I'm going to compare what Kabam did to Realm very similar to what Ego Raptor was saying in his video, his sequelitis between Castlevania and Castlevania 4. Half of you probably don't even know what Castlevania is, but I still want to use this as an analogy. Castlevania 1 was difficult because of its mechanics, and that was what made it unique. And then Castlevania 4 came around, and it just completely got rid of all of that and ruined the very clunky control mechanics and made the game a whole lot easier. But by doing that, sure, it was much more fluent and you had a fun time, so to speak, but you also ruined the authenticity of the game. And it's no longer the same game that you enjoyed so many years ago. You shouldn't tamper with the past. It's like a bad movie sequel, which I have yet to find because I'm very optimistic when it comes to movies, but that is a story for another day. Pets are a very interesting idea. I like them. I don't think that they were a bad choice. I just think that they were maybe a rushed decision. Maybe Kabam should have thought a little bit more before implementing them into the game. Maybe it would have been a better idea just to wait. Find out. Maybe adding this, like, test it out. How overpowered would you be if you added this in? How much easier would the game become if you added these into the game? I feel like they didn't test that out. I feel like they just tested to see if it worked and, hey, this is kind of fun. Let's do it. People like it. Cool. The part that makes me the most angry is that this game was all about getting your stuff, earning it. Like I said before, you earned your stuff, it was yours forever, without a doubt. But whenever you sell pet food and you sell eggs, what are you telling your community? You can just bypass all the hardships and get straight to the good stuff if you just pay up. Yeah, sure, you can get a divine pet for a nominal fee. I mean, what kind of sick, sadistic mentality is that? What the heck? Why would you... It's like, yeah, okay, I would love to have a divine pet. You know how often I was tempted to actually buy a rare pet for like $23? Yeah, I'm tempted every single day to do that. But I'm not going to do that because $23 for something that doesn't even exist is not worth it. And I know that pets are not going to go away, and I don't plan for them to go away. Part of me doesn't even want them to go away. Because the pets added a new way of looking at the game. You can now set challenges to yourself. This is probably where I'm going with the entire conversation. Right here. I want Kabam to remove all tops from the shop, from the Nexus. I want them removed. I want them gone. Items that thousands of players worked hard for are now as easily obtainable as a horror staff. You just go into Godlands, alright, just grab some random garbage. Now you can just obtain it for a little bit of cash. Are you out of your mind? Even Wild Shadow, yes, they sold stuff to us, like pets, back whenever they were really just pets, and keys. That was it. That was all that you could buy, and occasionally a magic mushroom, maybe some pirate rum, and of course the amulet. But that was fame. You shouldn't be allowed to get items for free. Something that somebody worked hard for, you shouldn't just be able to go out and get. I understand that maybe that's like that in real life, but this is a game. This is a video game. Wild Shadow had everything figured out. And soulbinding UTs, I get that was because of duping, but what's stopping people from duping freaking tops? You can unsoulbind UTs now, thank you very much. I think duping's gone. Maybe it's not. I don't really pay attention to the trivial stuff like that. I'm not a hacker. I don't dupe. I don't really care. Please remove these items, Kabam. People that are running around with tops who didn't earn them don't deserve to have them. Not unless they get it legit. Whether it be one of the item giveaway contests that I hold, or somebody drops one on the ground and you pick it up. That's fair. That's all fair game. That's part of the game. But whenever you buy it with cash, that is a whole nother territory. That's not good. You shouldn't be tempting players like that. And several players have quit because of it being pay to play. Pixel, he was like one of the most popular Realm YouTubers around. And then what happened? You could check his Realm Eye right now. Pay to play games are not fun. Quote. He quit because this game is now pay to play, therefore it is easier to obtain things and become a powerful avatar, so to speak. You still think Kabam made the right choice? I don't, you know what, forget about pets. I was just using that as an analogy. Back to Castlevania. Castlevania 1 and 2. The first one, difficult, incredibly difficult. You know what Konami did? The second one. They made the game relatively the same in terms of mechanics and, yada yada yada, but they made your avatar stronger so that way you would be able to breeze through the game more easily. But by making your avatar more powerful, you've taken away from the game experience. You've taken away from the difficulty that you loved to hate. You don't think I raged whenever I died in this game in the very beginning? I freaking flipped out. I flipped my lid. I went crazy because I was so upset that my character that I worked for died. And maybe that's not a good thing. But that was Realm, and that was why Realm was so popular and so powerful of a game. Its genuine touch that it had is gone now. I don't know. I don't know. This game is still going on. I still play it because it's still fun, and it's one of the most addicting games that I've ever played, and one of the games that I've had the most memories playing. This is a very fun game. I love it, and I don't want it to get ruined. I want these items removed from the Nexus. And I know one voice can't do much about that, because even if if we all go on strike and we just say, we're not buying these items anymore, that's not going to make you take them out. You're still going to leave them in the Nexus, just in case that one little guy gets tempted one day and gives you a few extra bucks. And I know that you need money to run Realm. I get that. You don't think I get that? Back in the day, I bought Snake Pit keys. Keep the keys in here. That's fine, at least you're buying the key to work for your item, rather than just getting it. Why don't you sell pots in the Nexus? Why don't you sell UTs in the Nexus, since we can't buy them ourselves? That's the one thing that we actually still have to work for. UTs. And that's the one thing that everybody's complaining about. Unsoulbind UTs, please. Don't know if that's ever going to happen. I think it should. That's how the game was originally made. I don't care if everybody gets overpowered. We're already overpowered with all of these pets. You think UTs are going to make a difference? Not really. Not really. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Leave a comment if you want those tops out of the Nexus as well. Thanks for watching. See ya.